Hi, Jules here for Talk to Me Tuesday on Tuesday, December 3rd. It's December. So I just have a couple of things to show you, one of them being the beautiful quilt behind me. This was me playing with my new die. So, gift to me. I like the way Jennifer put this. This is the gift for me for my crafting for 2020. So, I bought the 6.5 inch tumbler die from Accuquilt and proceeded to start cutting every one of my blue scraps that was big enough to use on the die, and for either a whole tumbler block or a half. And originally I was just going to use blues, but the rest of my blues were all too small. And rather than do patchwork ones, I decided to like strip piece and then cut them up. I decided to go into a complementary color, so I found these in my stash. They're travel themed blocks or fabric, and just some other ones that I felt like kind of pulled some of the same colors out. I think the only exception was this gray right here, but it was also kind of travel-y themed. So yeah, so I cut all those out, pieced them, and then pieced the rows together over the Thanksgiving weekend. So yay! Now also this weekend I received the charity Project of Doom that Jennifer quilted. Someone donated the blocks to her last year or the year before, and when we had our BFF retreat in Cloudcroft in 2018, I pieced them into a top, and it's been hanging around ever since. So I took it with me to retreat, and that was one of the ones I left with her. And I told her, you know, she could quilt it and donate it to her Linus group. That was fine. She decided to quilt it and send it back to me. I have not bound it yet, so it may or may not get turned in this month, and that's okay because I'm already at my goal. So it may be my first one for 2020. We shall see. Other than that, in crafty news, I also finished this scarf, which I'm not really a scarf person, but this one is lightweight enough it doesn't really bother me. It's acrylic sock yarn I crocheted with a size G hook. And I used the sideways shell pattern, blanket pattern, but I used 182, I chained 182 at the beginning, and basically just tried to use up the entire, what was left of the skein of sock yarn. So here is this. It really made a nice, pretty, I wanted it to be wider, and I still had a little bit of sock yarn left when I was done, but I was afraid I wouldn't make it all the way around. So this is where it ended. And the way that pattern works, with it being chaining so many, it ended up starting to curve, which is kind of perfect for a scarf. So actually that worked really well. So here's what that stitch looks like in that tiny, tiny yarn. It actually would be interesting to make a blanket out of this, but it would take an entire year probably out of sock yarn. I started this on the plane to Austin in November and didn't work on it again until maybe a week ago, and then I just cranked it out over the last week or so. So that is finished also, and I've already worn it a couple of times. And that's it. I'm going to go start cutting up more of these, because this is my new favorite thing. Tumblers are my new favorite thing. I've always wanted to make a tumbler quilt, and now I want to make all the tumbler quilts. So I'm going to start on the green box next, probably. Or maybe Christmas fabrics. We shall see. I look forward to watching your videos. I hope everybody has a good week and has time to get some crafting in this week. And I will see you next week. Bye!